Second day, 100 grams of carbs. It's not easy at all. Hello. A dozen right of honeysuckle mango blossom, whiskey and spice. Times like this when, change the camera. Yeah, it's times like this when it's what, just gone 3 o'clock, minimal calories, and you have to wait probably maybe four hours, about that, before I can have my next meal. And this is when this kicks in, and you have to use different techniques to try and fill yourself up. Had half a bottle of that, which has sorted me out. I'll do some work on the laptop, maybe have a black coffee and then play some PUBG or something. And then before you know it, you're like, hey, I can eat my calories. But it does get tough. I'm gonna let you into a little secret. I just finished dinner. I made it over the 4 hours. But now I have such a massive sweet tooth, and when I start eating, I want to continue eating. So I found a way of getting around this problem. You can hear how hard the Pro Mixer is working. This is like a peanut butter sludge. It's 1 scoop of PhD peanut butter cup and 200 ml of coconut milk. And it's like, you have to eat it, and it's perfect for curbing your sweet tooth.
Your mixtape need a left track, I'll pass that. Tell your manager take his check and go cash that. He gon' need it, hope that he just save it. Rainy days are coming cause your gimmick is fading. I picture eating in my head and hope one day I get to visit.
This is how mad I'm going. I've already got a spoon in there. Do you know what I mean? Oh, now the coffee's going everywhere. Oh, how I wish I could join you with one of those coffees. Me? I want one of them coffees. But I'm not wasting 10 grams of carbs. Do you want to hear some news, guys and girls? Laptop's had it, mate. Hard drive's completely fucked. We'll have to go and get a new one. Been 10 years with that MacBook Pro. I think the hard drive's just gone, so I'll get a new one and then put a hard drive in it and probably sell it, but I've got work to do. Fasted cardio completed. I did the bike today because the arch of my foot is very painful. Just some updates. I've opted for some gluten-free bread. I'm not intolerant. When I get this close to a show, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I like to implement some gluten-free bread. I've got some cinnamon for my oats. So I'm distributing my carb choices or my carb sources throughout the day. So I'm not really implementing backloading anymore. I'm getting to that point now where I just need some food, you know, at lunch and at breakfast and at dinner time. So let's have some breakfast. We have sweet ground cinnamon, 1 tablespoon with 50 grams of oats, which will give me 30 carb. And inside here we've got 2 rashers of bacon medallions with 200 grams of egg whites and 8 grams of reduced ketchup. What's the saying? Out with the old, in with the new. I'm gonna miss this. This was an absolute workhorse. I had this for like 9 years, but I think the hard drive's completely just packed up. I've got it booked in tomorrow to get some files taken off, but I went for the 13-inch lowest spec one, which will do. He said you want one with a bigger gig, but I run all my editing from Final Cut Pro off a hard drive anyway, and never use the actual gigabyte from the computer. And then you need to get a USB-C to USB, because unfortunately, and Apple have shot themselves in the foot with it, they don't have an SD reader in the side of these laptops, which is just pointless. So you have to buy an external one, which is even more annoying. Oh well. Just while the new MacBook Pro sets up, we're gonna have some lunch, organised lunch. Yesterday I cooked 12 meatballs, 6 for dinner, 6 for lunch. Then I don't have that hangry emotion. So 6 turkey meatballs with half a bag of iceberg lettuce and also a grenade bar. I'm not having the normal Tesco Nutri First, just having a nice chocolatey mint grenade bar. I am off to the doctors to talk about the results from my echocardiogram. They said come in. I said, what does that mean then? Are you saying come in, my heart is fucked? They went, no, everything's fine, I just want to talk about it. So I'm going to go and talk about my heart situation. Hopefully it's okay. I presume it is. I feel fucked. It's not really funny, is it? We back. We out here. All okay, the doctor said. Slight left ventricular dilation percentage is down. It's like 52% and it should be between 55 and 70. But then some readings from hospitals and doctors say it should be from 50 to 70% or 50 to 75%. So I've always had quite a low systolic blood reading on my blood pressure. But nothing to worry about. Just having some food. This is pre-workout and it's quite late. Usually I've already trained. I'm training this evening at 8 o'clock with a friend of mine, just towards the latter stages of prep, just so he's there as a spot for things like bench press and single arm rows on the machine, just to give it that little extra push. So I'm just having 50 grams of pasta, 200 grams of chicken and 3 turkey sausages. And then when I get back, I'll have my bread, my gluten-free bread with peanut butter and a peanut butter PhD cup shake. Ah, the pump. 5 months in. Five months of dieting and training, and this was the best session. And this, I find what happens, I read my last logbook, but hands down the best session, best focus, best pump. The accumulation of carbohydrates throughout the day would have been a big contributing factor to the pump and energy and strength. I was repping the 50s of the dumbbell 50, that's all we only got up to in our gym, but like butter. Very good workout. So I'm having a post-workout shake of 1 scoop of peanut butter cup PhD with 200 ml of coconut water. I then have a shower, baby diaries. Samantha and Billy Fair's baby diaries. And then I'm going to have my final calories of the day, which will be 2 slices of gluten-free bread with a bit of, I think I've got carbs. I've got no fats, I've got carbs, so I'll probably have jam. You like that little invention? That's 2 slices of Weight Watchers toast, which gives me about 18 grams of carbs. 1 piece of bacon. I cook my egg whites in the pan, but then I cut a square and put the excess to one side. I still eat the excess, but use the square as a little in between the bacon and another layer. It's fantastic. I think my trunks are here. I think they're here, which is good because we can start properly posing in them. Someone asked what song I'll be posing to. I'm posing to the Chase and Status one. Would you take a dinner? Yes. XXL. No. Oh, large. Man's about to see. Classic pants. Classic bodybuilding pants. So we can look like Chris Bumstead. Now this second package is from Samir, who is all the way from Canada. Jesus Christ, mate, that postage is ridiculous. I can only thank you so much. But he's actually sent these from Canada. Ugh, holy shit. Chocolate flavoured Cheerios. These are getting ruined on Refeed day on Saturday and Sunday. And not a huge amount of fat either. 1.5 grams of fat per 29 gram bowl. Thank you, mate, I do really appreciate that. Last double Refeed as well, so there's a letter. Dear Thomas Moore, aka TM Cycles, aka the Don of the Don. It's your boy from Toronto, Canada, Drakestown, just in case my brother from the UK don't know where the man them's from. I'm originally from Eritrea, and I'm working hard towards becoming the first IFBB pro to have ever come from my home country. Love that. I've never competed, but I'm creating a foundation for the national level when I jump on a nice cycle. I've been watching you and been absorbing everything you say about gear and do's and don'ts. I hope this note plus the good stuff, Tony Montana, arrived in the Casa de More. Keep making us laugh, you're the funniest lad, keep coming. Samir, thank you so much for that, I really appreciate it. I'm going old school lunch, I'm going old school. Rice and tuna. Preferably, if you are going to do it, go with a little brine, not brine, because there's no fat in it. Per 100 grams, there's 0.9 grams of fat, 26 grams of protein. And I'm having the smaller packets of Uncle Ben's rice, so they're 130 grams instead of 250 odd. So, it goes very nicely. Every drop of rice, every bit of rice. Then we have it, so simple, so effective. Quick carbs, quick bit of protein. I'm gonna watch a Dorian Yates podcast and then get the second edition of TMC members up on the site. All the videos will be there for any of the members that are watching. If you are interested in, sign up to my TMC membership site, which is a separate site with more in-depth videos about steroids and training, etc. Then the link is in the description box below.
We have a package.
Right, the video is going out on Monday, so we've kind of got some big news that I'm really excited about. I am now sponsored. I've been back and forth with Insight Supplements, who are a UK distributor of American brands, Labz, REL, Redcon 1. As you know, I've been a huge Redcon 1 fan for a long time. And we've been back and forth, and I'll be on board as their first contracted athlete, which is really good. I'm really excited about. I'll also be going to Body Power with them on the stand on Saturday. So more than likely I'll be there from 10 or 11 till about 3. So do come and say hello if anyone's going to Body Power. I'll be on their booth, which will be really good. I'm really excited. So we'll be working alongside together for the foreseeable future, which I think is a good positive as well for an individual like myself who's quite open about anabolics. It seems like the times are changing and people are becoming a lot more acceptable. Not acceptable essentially, but more open to the idea of individuals using anabolics, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. So yeah, so it's all positive. So do go to the description box and check them out if you like any of the Redcon 1 products or the Daly and Bailey products or the Labz. We have got an announcement that I think is going to be in the next couple of days of another brand. I'll be heavily utilising their essential amino acids and cluster bomb, their dextrin, their intra-workout training in my next off-season. But today I've just gone for Total War pre-workout, switching that up. That's the blue raspberry flavour. I've also got some Big Noise. This is their pump formula, and some Onward. And they've chucked in some t-shirts. Redcon 1 t-shirt. I've always been a huge fan of Redcon 1. When I went to Texas over a year ago now, I remember just looking in the shop. And obviously the late great Dallas McCarver. And I think it's just a Run Everything Labz t-shirt as well. Fantastic. So there we go. Your boy TM Cycles is a sponsored athlete. It's that time again when you could just, you feel like you could eat a cow. So I want to chill out. I want to have a scoop of PhD Smart Protein. I want to make it nice and thick so it's like sludge. I bought some flavoured almond milk. So I bought some Almond Breeze vanilla flavour that I feel will go very nicely with the lemon. Vanilla. That's very nice. We'll give this a taste test. I can't falter the peanut butter cup at all. That is an actual solid 10 out of 10. This is the lemon drizzle. It's nice. It's nowhere near peanut butter. This is a 7.5 out of 10.
Taste test time of the Total War in blue raspberry flavour.
I haven't had any dinner. I just woke up from that nap after having one scoop of PhD and almond milk. So I'll have my dinner when I get back. But the macro ingredient breakdown for this, for one scoop, you've got 6 grams of citrulline malate, 3.2 beta alanine, you've got 1 gram of taurine, 250 mg caffeine, you've got some N-phenylethyl dimethylene citrate. So you've got no know your himbein than this with what I'm used to be taking. So I've just half scooped it just because I'm training a little bit later on. Blue raspberry. Fuck, it's sharp. It's very sharp. I like sharp. Blue raspberry. The sour gummy bears is no competition. Good.
Oh my god. Are you devastated about that?
No, it's alright, it's just a little scratch on the side of it. Off to get refeed food for Tesco's. I'm buzzing. Luke's giving me 4, I think we're pushing it. I'm going to push it because weight is down again by 0.2 or 0.3 of a kilo. So instead of going 400 grams each day, I'm going to try and go at 500 grams and see how we get on. Luke does want me to get some carbohydrates through Skittles, 50 grams each day. And then that's it. That's the last double refeed until the Thursday before the show when we really push it.
Eek.
And when we get back, I'll go through what we've got.
Oh yes. And tomorrow we feast.
It's time. Our final refeed. Our final refeed of the prep. It's been a great prep. This is going to be a great refeed. So I'm going to start the day with some oats and some egg whites, sweet cinnamon, sweet ground cinnamon in the oats as well, glucose disposal agent. And I'm going to have 4 crumpets as well. The time is about 8:38. So I'm training at 10:30. So I'll be eating about 9 o'clock. Then I'll have about an hour and a half for it to digest. And then more than likely I'll just have a scoop of pre-workout, go and train, and then come back and have some more food. Crumpets.
Meal number 1, we've got 30 grams of oats, we've got 200 grams of egg whites with 4 crumpets. 3 of them have jam, one of them has peanut butter. Slow it down a little bit. 50% reduced ketchup going down very nicely on this prep indeedy.
Weight this morning was 85.7, so down 0.2 kilos this week from last week's refeed, which is very, very good. Feel a bit flat. Can't wait to fill up today and see how we get on. Upper today and lower tomorrow.
Going for Epoch today because I haven't had any yohimbine in oral form, so I'm going to get my yohimbine from the Epoch, so no Total War. But I'm also going to take Onward by Run Everything Labs, which is their mood enhancer. See how that goes, because I used to mix Epoch and Utopia together.
That's very good. Very good. Raspberry and lemonade should be a flavour. I shouldn't have to mix these 2 compounds together. Very tasty. Got my intra-workout Skittles, which will give me about 51 grams of carbs. There's not a lot in there, is there? Went for the tropical flavour, which will have passion fruit, orange, tropical punch, pineapple, and watermelon. Just in a great little shop in West Wickham. Got a full array of everything. It's very good, isn't it? Isn't it?
It is.
Taking advantage of the weather and sitting outside. Second meal, post-workout meal, we've got some sushi. The Marks and Spencer's sushi's very low in fat, which is great. So I've just got the sushi snack box with soy sauce and salmon and prawn nigiri. I'm not feeling overly hungry. I don't know why. Usually I'm like clucking for like a big bowl of pasta or some sausages. Sometimes in the heat with the weather, my appetite isn't as big. So I'll have the majority of my calories later on today. Meal number 3, we've got 6 turkey meatballs with 150 grams of pasta, spaghetti, and about half of a courgette chopped up into cubes with some chilli and pepper and a bit of salt. Mix that all together. So a lovely late-ish lunch. 4 o'clock, so yeah, late lunch.
So there's really kind of 3 things that I always keep in mind with recovery.
Focus. Cardio time. Cardio time. Saturday night. The boys and girls are out. Cardio time. 200 calories on the bike and some abs. What I'm doing for abs at the moment is about 3 sets of cable crunches with the rope behind me. I'm doing 3 sets of 8 reps with hanging knee raises and some oblique work. That's all I'm doing at the moment. And I just stick a podcast on and watch some Mountain Dog. I'm really into John Meadows at the moment. I think he's fantastic. And then I'll come back and I'm getting there. I'm ready for my 4th meal. Cardio done, time to eat. Got some peppers, 4 chicken fajitas. We're having 4 small tortilla wraps, which will put me on about 450 grams of carbs with 2 slices of gluten-free bread after or before bed. And to hit the remaining carbohydrate intake that's low in fat, I've just gone for some batter mix, which is just pancakes that I'll have with some blueberries scattered in for some antioxidants.
Just 200 grams of chicken mini fillets. I'm keeping my protein lower on these refeed days. So here we have meal number 4, not overly exciting, just 4 tortilla wraps. These are the minis, which I highly recommend. This is 200 grams of chicken mini fillets with half of a yellow pepper. And I'll be putting through my 50% less sugar and salt. No cheese, just because my fats are so low.
Pancake time. I don't know about you lot, but I don't bother whisking. I don't do any of that, that's why I've got little forearms. When I do pancakes, NutriBullet job. Powder, no milk this time, just water. Not one whole egg, just egg whites. Blend it, do you know what I mean? Bosh, NutriBullet for smoothies, pancakes. Pro Mixer for whey. Just be lazy, mate. Time is money.
And there's our pancakes. Just going to put on a tiny little bit of caramel sauce, which is 0 calorie from Gordon's Farm, which is really nice.
I'm leaving the video there. Didn't have my 2 pieces of gluten bread last night. Weren't really feeling it, so my total macros for the day, for yesterday, was 182 grams of protein, 446 grams of carbs, and 42 fat. I haven't weighed in yet, and I feel good, I feel okay. I woke up a little, so I might go 500 today and see how I get on. But there we go, last double refeed, and some good news about the sponsorship. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to working with Insight. I think we'll be doing a lot of video content as well and pictures, so it's not just a sponsorship, it's a bit more than that. I'm helping out with their sort of marketing aspect and really nailing the American vibe that they're putting out. So do go and purchase some stuff if you want any stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you, good night. Much love.